In this video, I'm giving an overview of our Tesla test drive experience. Spoiler alert, it was good. Once we decided to seriously consider a Tesla for our next car, I set about doing a ton of reading and watching for reviews and impressions and driving my wife absolutely crazy with watch this, watch this. So nothing substitutes though for actually seeing and driving a vehicle in person. And Tesla made the whole test drive experience pretty great. The online scheduling tool, after taking some personal contact information, allows you to set a test drive for a vehicle model of your choice at a time and location of your choice. Since we're in Southeast Michigan, we went to the Clarkston Center. They offered scheduled times about every 45 minutes or so throughout the day, every day except Sunday. We went on a Saturday. Since we were still debating between the 3 and the Y at the time, I actually wanted 2 appointments back to back to try both cars. And during scheduling online, a Tesla rep actually called me to help confirm and finalize setting up any of the appointments. So I brought up the desire to test both cars, and they worked everything out to do so over the phone, with one caveat. The rep did mention about a possible lack of cars come the test drive appointment. That left me pretty nervous, bothering to go so far to drive a car that might not actually be there. And they commented that they're selling so many cars that even demo cars and showroom cars have been sold out in a lot of places. But once we did go for our test drive, no problems. They had both a Model 3 Performance and a Model Y Performance available, and we were able to do the back-to-back drives. Seeing both cars in person, and particularly parked right side by side, really helped to understand the size, character, and other differences between the models, and as such gave us the information that we needed to decide on ordering the 3, not the Y. The reps in Clarkston were really courteous and helpful. They greeted us, they got our drive started in a timely manner, even though we actually arrived a bit early, gave us a short overview of the car and how to operate certain things, and then sent us on our way, asking us to be back in about 30 minutes per drive per car. As we were there, people kept coming and going for appointments, so there's certainly consistent interest in these cars. We were able, though, to still explore the vehicles a bit in the parking lot, a bit more after we returned from the test drives before the next appointments took them out. The drives themselves were very revealing after having absorbed so much online information about the cars. Actually feeling the dynamics of the EV, experimenting with the one-pedal driving, using autopilot, and getting a feeling for having only the big touchscreen made for an interesting first experience. I had some notions about what I might like or dislike regarding elements of the car, so being hands-on was very enlightening. It actually really drew me to the car even more, and I left with a very positive impression. I left wanting it more than I did before we actually went for the test drive. So we also drove test vehicles with white interiors, and that helped to understand just how bright they were in the summer sun, particularly the silver dashboard strip, off which the reflections made my wife feel actually uncomfortable while she was driving because it was so bright in her eyes. She didn't have her sunglasses with her, I did. That made a bit of a difference, but that drive experience ultimately helped us settle on black interior for our order instead of the white. In terms of the Clarkston Center in general, it was nice, serving as both a showroom and a service location. There were not too many vehicles waiting for service, but there were enough of all of the various models that we were able to still walk around the parking lot and see a few different models and older versions and so on while we waited. And I find myself developing more and more of a liking for that S. It was strange seeing these big empty car showroom that should have had cars parked in it just sitting empty, but that's been the case at a lot of dealers right now, is everybody just has less inventory to sell. We saw that at Ford, Mazda, and other places that we cross-shopped too. We didn't actually order on site right after the test drive, but the reps would have been able to walk us through the process directly had we wanted to. Inside the showroom, they had individual stations set up to explore options and make your orders and such. We took a little more time after the test drive to consider the purchase before ultimately just ordering online ourselves. And again, I'll make another video shortly about the ordering and the waiting process and some of the interesting scheduling elements that we've experienced with regards to that. Since the test drive and all really throughout the purchasing experience after having given Tesla my contact information, I've received what I would call a reasonable number of text and contact touches before and after the appointment to make sure prior everything was ready to go, and afterward that the experience was good if we had any clarifying questions and that sort of thing. It's been enough outreach, I would say, to be helpful and not be annoying. And that's been a positive aspect, I would say, of interacting with Tesla in terms of the availability and the accessibility of their sales reps and their customer service reps. Their knowledge and ability to answer questions and such is good. And again, then being there for you, but not really hassling you like a mortgage broker or other car dealers that we've dealt with that continue to text and call me every single day after I've already told them we're not buying your car and we have no interest in your vehicle or services anymore. So if you're thinking about a Tesla, I would strongly recommend you go make an appointment, check it out firsthand. The whole thing can be contactless, it's helpful and not hassling, and there's just no substitute to seeing and driving an actual vehicle. Cars are a really big purchase, and it's a lot of money to spend, particularly if you haven't had some kind of personal hands-on experience first. So any additional questions about the test drive, please ask them in the comments. And like and subscribe for more content. Thanks.